there is only one God, and his name is death. And there is only one thing we say to death. Not today.
Tyrion is dining with the high officers of the Night's Watch on his last night at Castle Black. Lord Commander Mormont proclaims Tyrion a cunning man and asks him if he must leave so soon, saying that the wall needs men like him. Tyrion brushes off the suggestion with an offer to scour the Seven Kingdoms for dwarfs. An offended Sir Alliser Thorne claims that Tyrion mocks the Watch, but Tyrion counters that he is only mocking Sir Alliser. Thorne demands that Tyrion make his japes with steel in hand. Tyrion replies that he already has steel in his hand, a fork, which he brandishes against Thorne in a mock attack. A roar of laughter rises from the other officers, and Sir Alliser leaves in disgust. After claiming Sir Alliser's meal as his spoils of victory, Tyrion comments that a man like Sir Alliser should be mucking out the stable, not drilling the recruits. Mormont takes the opportunity to complain about the quality of his men. Sir Alliser is one of the few living knights to have taken the Black. Sir Jeremy Riker goes on to explain that both he and Thorne fought for King Aerys II Targaryen during the sack of King's Landing and were forced to take the Black or be executed by Tyrion's father, Lord Tywin Lannister. Tyrion's only comment is that his father is indeed very fond of heads on spikes. Tyrion asks for more wine, and Bowen Marsh comments that he has a great thirst for such a small man. Maester Aemon states that Tyrion is a giant among them at the edge of the world. Tyrion, speechless at being called a giant, calls the Maester kind, which leaves the Maester equally amused. When they retire to the fire, Mormont informs Tyrion that he will receive an escort as far as Winterfell. Tyrion soon realises that Lord Commander is working his way up to asking a favour, and so cuts right to it by asking if there is any way he can repay the Watch's kindness. Mormont beseeches Tyrion to speak to King Robert about the condition of the Night's Watch and its need for men. Mormont goes on to elaborate on the high rate of disappearance among their ranging parties, including Sir Waymar Royce and Benjen Stark. The Watch's strength is now under 1,000 men, leaving only 3 men to guard each mile of the wall. Then Mormont laments that he is old, and there is no one qualified to take over command because the Watch has become an army of sullen boys and old men. He has maybe 20 men that can read, and fewer who can think or lead. Tyrion promises that he will tell the king, his father, and his brother, but he knows that it will do no good. Mormont then asks Tyrion how many winters he has seen. When Tyrion replies with 9, Mormont adds that they have all been short. The long summer is ending, and portents say a long winter is coming. When Tyrion suggests the fabled endless summer may have come, Mormont insists the days are already growing shorter. Mormont then confides to Tyrion that the wildlings are massing and moving south, running scared from something worse than just the cold. Tyrion, bored by Mormont's dark words, reiterates his promises and leaves. Outside, it is bitter cold. As he walks the castle ground, Tyrion is taken by a whim to climb the wall one last time. His legs are cramping too much to climb the stairs, so Tyrion takes the winch cage up. At the top, he meets Jon Snow with Ghost. As they walk, Tyrion asks how the recruits are doing under Jon's instruction. Jon tells him that they are getting better. Tyrion offers to carry any messages that Jon might have south to Winterfell and is rewarded with a torrent of requests. Most of all, Jon wants Tyrion to help his crippled brother Bran. At first, Tyrion denies that he has anything to offer Bran, but Jon insists that words will be enough. When Tyrion agrees, Jon thanks him from the heart and calls him friend. Tyrion, deeply moved by the gesture, quips that while many of his kin are bastards, Jon is the first that he could call a friend, and they shake hands. They both look out over the haunted forest, north of the wall. As they watch, Jon says that he has been watching for his uncle Benjen. Tyrion assures Jon that Benjen will return one day. When Jon declares that if his uncle does not come back, he and Ghost will go north to find him. Tyrion wonders who will go out searching for Jon, and shivers at the thought.
I demand a trial by combat.